Tom, thanks for joining us. Thanks for breaking into your summer break to talk with us. Let me start there. How's it been the last few weeks? You've had 3 or 4 weeks off now. What have you been doing with yourself, and how have you acclimatized to kind of having a little bit more time on your hands?
Yeah, no problem at all. Thanks for inviting me on. Firstly, and yeah, to be honest, I've actually not been doing too much really. As you can imagine, it was a tough season, long season. I think both physically and mentally. So more than anything, last few weeks just been having a good rest really. Sort of recharge the batteries and plenty of golf. I suppose that's keeps my legs going a little bit. But yeah, keen golfer, so I've had a fair few rounds of golf. But yeah, just sort of like I said, having a good rest, and then last couple of weeks, sort of been back in the gym and stuff, just ticking over really before ramping it up a bit more in the next few weeks.
Yeah, good. I hope your golf's going better than my golf, but that's probably another story for another day. That one.
Not too
So,
bad at the minute, fingers crossed.
yeah, finishing off then, because I don't think after the last home game, obviously we did the Player of the Years, and you're like personally fantastically successful for you. Managers Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year, away fans Player of the Year, and then captaining the team to this great escape that we've done as well. How would you kind of summarize last season now that you've had a couple of weeks to kind of process it? What would your like executive summary be?
Yeah, yeah. It's when you put it all like that, it sounds like an awful lot. Yeah, I think probably the most eventful season I've probably ever had. Obviously, three managers in between, sort of caretaker as well with Will and Jake. So that was a bit of a real strange time. But yeah, I think obviously we didn't get off to the best of starts. I think in a lot of games and for fairly long periods, I think the performances felt fairly good still, but we just couldn't get on the right side of a lot of the results. And then obviously the confidence starts to dip a little bit with that, and then yeah, sort of the last, I don't know, was it a third maybe of the season? Maybe just short of a half was obviously unbelievable, and I think it shows that when we can get results like that and get the momentum, what a like big club it is, and with the fans behind us, I think yeah, it just makes a massive. It just shows, yeah, like I said, what a massive club it is, and what potential it has really. So yeah, I think that's near enough everything covered. And obviously, from a personal point of view, yeah, I think for large parts it felt like a real tough season, like I said. But I think in the end, I think the hard work and sort of the belief and the never say die attitude that the lads had, I think that really paid dividends in the end, and we managed to yeah, have a good finish. So yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And looking at your personal performance as well, obviously you got it seemed to me anyway as the amateur, you got better and stronger as the season went on, and your personal performances seemed to just get better as the season went on. So the question that I sort of was thinking was like, were you trying to do something different, or was there a different thing that you were asked to do on the pitch tactically, or was it a result of just the team getting better and better every week, or was it confidence, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think the team obviously getting better. I think the cohesion with the team sort of brought every player on really, and yeah, confidence. I think there was, like I said before, there was a lot of results where they probably do knock your confidence a lot, especially when you are struggling for that win. And then yeah, just in terms of everything, I think it was a lot. Obviously, I'd only just joined as well, and then obviously it was a real up and down season. So I think combination of lots of things. I think you can sort of not dip in and out of form, but you can have sort of bad patches and then really kick on again. So yeah, and I think combined with all that, I think playing like a lot of games as well, I think it's really hard to sort of play well. Obviously not well every game, but to yeah keep those levels of consistency, which I always try to do. But yeah, then overall, I think just obviously the last part of the season, I think everything just clicked as a team, and personally the confidence built. And then yeah, I think towards the end you could sort of go out there and concentrate on the football really, because we knew that as a team and individually we sort of knew that we were playing well, and we were high on confidence. And I think when you can sort of put everything to the back of your mind off the field or different bits, then you can just concentrate, like I said, on those 90 minutes. And I think as a full squad, that's what we did towards the end. And yeah, then the results started coming.
Was there a moment for you or an incident in a game? Like us fans probably can think of like a moment or something where like that sort of turned things. Maybe people will think of the sending off at South Shields early or whatever it might be. The Will's goal at Curzon, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Have you got one of those? Have you got like a moment that stands out for you?
Yeah, I think like you said there, I think there was quite a few actually when you sort of think back now. But I think the one for me where I probably thought like the confidence was there and the real belief came back was probably the Scunthorpe game, just because of the squad that they have, position they were in the league, and to be honest, I think the first game when it got called off, I think we were confident that night as well. I thought there was a real good buzz about us that night. So that was disappointing to get called off, but then I think that confidence and belief carried on to that match, and to beat a side like Scunthorpe as we did, scoring some of the goals and not really feeling too troubled defensively. I thought we looked really solid. Attacking players they've got, from the previous two matches we've had as well. I think to limit them to what we did and score the goals we did, I think that night was when me personally, team wise, I thought that was probably a real big one for us.
Yeah, it was an amazing performance on a
Mm-hmm.
midweek evening as well, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
think that probably was one of a few results there that beat the odds a little bit, that surprised a lot of people. Superb team performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
If we start to, so the month of May for us fans is very much around boost the budget and trying to see what we can rustle up to try and support Stephen Terry and the squad. What do you make of that as one of the players? And does it like go over everybody's head? Do you not think about it too much, or what do you think about the booster budget appeal and how it fits into the club?
Yeah, I think from my point of view, I think it's unbelievable. Really, I'd not sort of come across it before I obviously joined last year, and I think even last year I maybe, didn't realise the size and scale of it really. And then obviously the mid season one, and then now you obviously you sort of realise the size of the club and the passion that the fans have for the club and the support that they give. So for that point of view, it's unbelievable really to think that, the fans can do something like this, and I think, as the one mid-season showed, the players that we're able to get probably with that money, I think yeah, hopefully if they can have a real big, obviously boost the budget again this summer, then similar caliber of players could hopefully push us forward again.
Absolutely, no, it's fantastic. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant scheme that everyone gets really so far behind. But having said that, the sort of skeleton of the squad from last year is still in place. I know we've lost a couple of players, which is always sad to lose some players. Free makes a little bit of space in the squad, but the nucleus of last year's squad is still there. We can add to it with a few additions as well. With that said, in the form of last year, what do you think's achievable? And that's a horrible question to ask you, but what do you think's achievable next season if we can just add and strengthen in a couple of areas?
Yeah, I think even as I said earlier, throughout the season, I knew sort of when I joined, I knew that we had a real good nucleus of players here. Obviously, I've played in this league for a long time, so I know sort of what a decent set of lads looks like. So I knew that we did have obviously the players here, and then, everything sort of clicked into place, and we were able to do what we did towards the end. So yeah, I think like moving forward now, like you said, a lot of the lads are staying, and then a few additions as well, and we've just got to be looking towards the top end of the table this year. I think really try and get off to a good start, get that real positivity going, and I think as it showed towards the end of last season, the support that we can harness, I think, coming to our ground will be a real problem for everyone. So yeah, I think just look forward, look up the table this season, and I think like we did probably towards the end, I don't think people really think of doing that to the start at the start of the season. But I think we just, as the old cliche goes, we did take one game at a time, and I think that's massive in not looking too far forward. And when you've got probably 46 league games in front of you, I think it's maybe easy to look at what could happen in the future and next month and stuff like that. So I think just as the old cliche goes, just take a game at a time and try and get 3 points every Saturday or every Tuesday, and then I think we'll be in a real good position.
Yeah, fantastic. Have you got a date? Final question. Do you know when you're going back in to start work for pre-season? Is the date out yet? When
Not
that's
as yet.
not as
No,
yet.
not as yet. No, I'm sure we'll find out very shortly. But yeah, I think when people find out when they're coming, then they can sort of plan plan what fitness work and stuff they need to do before they
in
get there.
preparation.
Yeah, so they're all in good shape. But yeah, I think the game's changed a lot in that regard. That now it's a lifestyle. 12 months really for players now, because everyone stays fit, everyone stays in the gym, and probably not like the old days when pre-season was to lose weight and stuff like that. So I think pre-season is very much now to fine tune your fitness and really get yourself ready.
Yeah, good. Well, again, thanks so much for joining us, Tom. I appreciate it. Congratulations on a great personal season for you and helping to steer the team towards safety. Big, massive effort. I mean, I don't think many of us will forget last season, one way or the other, in a hurry. And also, personally, from us guys on Darlow Fans Radio, thanks for always coming over and spending some time with us after the game, because you never missed it. And there was a few times where it was difficult to ask, and I'm sure it was difficult to answer the questions.
Yeah.
But really appreciate all the support you gave us as well.
No, that's no problem at all. Anytime, yeah. And likewise, yeah, thank you for all that yourself and the other guys do. Yeah, it's big team effort this year, and let's see what we can do. So thank you very much.